Education is the building block of any society, and it shapes us who we are today in the society. And today I have the privilege of sitting down with one of the most important players in this country. Well, this is VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. And today I have the privilege of sitting down with the founder, chairperson and CEO of Prometheus School, Mr. Mukesh Sharma. Sharma for speaking to us and sitting down with us.
Thank you, Aditi.
Tell us, how did you first started this school, and also you were before this in technology. Now you have entered to start the school, Prometheus School. Tell us, how did that journey and that transition came into your mind?
I am a first generation entrepreneur. I was into technology space. I always wanted to start a school with a difference, not just any other school on the block. School with unique proposition. Today we are dealing with children who are digital natives, children who have information on their fingertips. They can become entrepreneur right during school days. How do we make that happen? Is there ecosystem at school level? Individuals who should come forward and make a difference. With that in mind, I said I'm going to start Prometheus School. It's an IB Continuum school and the only school in India that offers IB Continuum, A levels and IGCSE. So I said, I'm going to start Prometheus School wherein we will encourage children to be problem solvers. We want children to be risk takers, children to be inquirers, to be able to go and stand up in front of somebody and say, why are we doing what we are doing? Right? So that thought came to my mind, that where we can support the children who are good in sports with the facilities that we've built at Prometheus School, we can accomplish that. So I want to be able to create Olympians at Prometheus School. And third most important reason, how many of us want our children to become teachers? Teaching is not a sought after profession. So what is it that can be done to make teaching a sought after profession? That is something that we are doing, that we are aiming to achieve at Prometheus School.
Just run us through how this curriculum at this school promises to be different from others, and why should people choose Prometheus, not the other schools?
See, Prometheus is following IB curriculum. IB by design offers inquiry-based learning. The whole curriculum is more of inquiry-based approach, wherein children are encouraged to research, to question. And at Prometheus, the kind of environment that we've created is wherein children would question you why we are doing what we are doing. Because I truly believe that the ones who challenge the status quo are the ones who become entrepreneurs.
So when you started in 2019 from a technology background to education, weren't you scared?
I was not. I am a risk taker. When I started the school, I had the desire to create a school with excellent infrastructure, school with a difference. We are not just number one in India. I think in Asia we are number one school. And I say that with confidence because we never had any competition. Because we are not doing what everybody else is doing. I am never scared.
Can you take us through how the extracurricular is a grand focus here at Prometheus, and how are kids encouraged also to begin at a very young age towards initiatives like entrepreneurship, and also in other areas they are catered and they are focused?
So at Prometheus School, we try to have a balance. So in our primary school, we introduce children to all sports. They are introduced to visual art. They are introduced to drama, music, percussion. Children are engaged in sports. Out of 5 days in school, 4 days they are swimming, mandatory for second, third, fourth, fifth. The kind of teachers that we have, head of the departments, they are amazing. See, I know when we started the school, we had 4 walls. But with the right team coming in, we started creating meaningful learning spaces. Similarly, we've got sculpture. There are a lot of things that we do at Prometheus School which are for students. When the parents walk into the school, we tell them that you have to let your child be, and that's what we are trying to do at Prometheus School. So our children know what they want to do, and with the kind of environment that we have, teachers that we have, we are making a difference, right?
Right. Take us through some of the achievements that the school has done in the space of, let's say, extracurricular activities first.
All right, so in extracurricular activities, we had Archana Kamath. Archana Kamath is the girl who was part of Indian table tennis team and represented India in Olympics this year. She was the one who spent 2 years at our table tennis academy. I consider that as an accomplishment. We've had multiple musical productions for a school that has just started, 5 years back, out of which 2 years were in COVID. That is a big accomplishment. We were also able to host multiple international school sports organization tournaments at Prometheus School. We've got 8 indoor badminton courts with floor to ceiling height of 55 feet. And similarly, table tennis hall with floor to ceiling height, which is standard in any international facility, and 15 tables. So, that I think in terms of extracurricular is an accomplishment. We were able to host pre-UP state shooting tournament at Prometheus School, wherein we had 1,200 participants from all over India, more than 1,200 participants. So in less than 5 years, for a school that started on September 30, 2019, and 6 months later, COVID hit. 2 years we were almost online. And that's when we got our IB PYP authorization, IB MYP authorization, and IB DP authorization. So, that was an accomplishment which I'm really proud of, and I couldn't have done it had it not been for a great team of educators that we have at Prometheus School.
Certainly, and I must compliment you for that achievement. Tell us how at Prometheus, there is a focus on creating entrepreneurs, and how do you maintain that certain level to ensure that a person who's passing out from this, a student, a child who's passing out from this school, stands different in the society rather than the others?
The environment that we've created. If you walk around the school and you talk with students, talk about entrepreneurship, talk about fire, they'll say fire in the belly, right? They know all the buzzwords. They understand, see, not everybody can become an entrepreneur. Let me start with that. But the culture has to be such that you have to work for yourself. Can you do that? We've got student-led entrepreneur club, wherein students are encouraged to drive entrepreneurship related ideas. There are a lot of competitions that are happening, inter-school competitions, wherein students are encouraged to come up with a idea, and if the idea is worth taking into product, converting into product, they work on that. And I'm also very excited to tell you, in 2020 itself, I had announced 1 crore rupees fund for students of Prometheus School who have ideas that are worth taking into the product side, right? Convert the idea into product. What do we do about their unique learner attribute? Well, we use a platform called It's Credible, which is a digital platform, and also that allows organizations like Prometheus School to recognize children with their unique learner attribute with a story. The certificates that we offer to the individuals range from creative writer to risk taker, somebody who has the ability to do something that others cannot.
And take our viewers through the initiatives that Gauri Shiksha Foundation has made, in particularly towards community service, health checkups, and in the sector of education.
Yeah, sure. So Gauri Shiksha Foundation is the trust that I started in the name of my grandfather. Prometheus School is run by Gauri Shiksha Foundation. Gauri Shiksha Foundation also feed poor people, wherein our goal is koi bhukha na rahe. And our students, our parents, and our teachers, they come together as Prometheus community and put up a food stall wherein they serve food for 10 rupees. That's just to make sure that people who are eating also feel, have that dignity.
Right.
So that's essentially what we do. We also have multiple other initiatives that are done through Gauri Shiksha Foundation, including community wedding. Have we done any event as yet? This is an event that we plan to do this year. We do tree plantation through Gauri Shiksha Foundation, and that's the need of the hour. The other initiatives are supporting orphanages, supporting the education of underprivileged. So Gauri Shiksha Foundation pays a tuition fee of multiple students whose parents cannot afford education.
Mr. Mukesh, before letting you go, what is the future of Prometheus? How will it ensure that it continues to grow and also stand apart?
Future of Prometheus, I am sure we are going to continue to operate, continue to grow. Do I want to start another Prometheus school? Not anytime soon. Until we accomplish the goals that I have set, which is number one, create entrepreneurs. Second, create Olympians. We've already touched the second one. Entrepreneur also, in the second year itself, we were able to get closer, but we've not been successful in creating a successful entrepreneur who's giving multiple jobs. And the third one being making teaching a sought after profession. I think we are going to get there. We will make it happen. Prometheus School has grown in 5 years to 900 students, to 350 plus staff members, 170 plus teachers. It's amazing growth story. So that is an accomplishment.
On that note, Mr. Mukesh, I'd really like to congratulate you for your growth and this success story that you presented to us. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV Profit.
Thank you, Aditi.
Now when you head to work, how lovely would it be when the entire workspace would transform and evolve with every passing day? Why? Because your needs may change, priorities may change. Why? Even headcount may change. Imagine there is a flexibility to adapt every design and layout only because they want to cater to your changing need. Born in Bengaluru and Hyderabad and having expanded to several other places, Tablespace does exactly that. Today, it boasts of over 10 million square feet of workspaces across 7 cities. Welcome to VoiceWhat Presents, Great Business Story Transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. We are joined by Kunal Mehra, who's the co-founder and president of Tablespace. Thank you so much for joining us. Without wasting much time, I'd really like to understand the entire journey of Tablespace right since its inception in 2017 to where it is today. If you can also highlight the key milestones during its growth journey.
We started in 2017 with our first center in Hyderabad. Amit, who's our founder, chairman and CEO, he came up with the idea of going Hyderabad first, because that was an evolving market. It was more receptive to this model because occupiers were coming in and starting to grow, and that city's absorption started going up. So we started there, we set up our first center there, and now we have crossed 10.5 million square feet, as I told you, across 7 cities and 7 centers. We cater to all the Fortune 500 companies, 85% of our revenue comes from there, and we have long leases with these occupiers, so the stickiness is very, very high. And 43% of our growth comes from our existing clients. We've also started buying commercial real estate, so we bought 2 assets in India, one in Pune, one in Bangalore, and we've been successful at that for these 2 key markets in the country, which is very difficult to buy grade A real estate. But how this entire journey evolved and began is that we were all connected to each other in the commercial real estate sector. I used to look after JLL, and Amit was my client in Accenture. He was the MD for Accenture India for the real estate piece. And there was a great difficulty in getting the entire solution together, because integration was a very big challenge in this business, right? Because an occupier who would come from outside, who has no clue about what is happening in the real estate sector in the country, he doesn't know who's the fit out vendor, he doesn't know who's the operational vendor. So we just thought that if we combine all of that together with the tech first initiative, with the technology first initiative, and give savings to the occupier with complete flexibility, that is what an occupier who's growing in India needs. If an occupier said, I want 100 seats for like 2.5 years, we would give it to them, because we knew they were only growing here, and if they had to degrow, we would give a solution for that as well. So the entire experience that came together, enabled with technology, helped us solution for these clients, and that's how we've crossed this milestone of 10.5 million.
What are the current locations where Tablespace operates, and how do you really narrow down on this particular location? Now you realize that this location would definitely work for Tablespace.
So we are always present in tier 1 cities of the country, and that's where we believe our focus should be, because the maximum explosion of commercial real estate happens in these cities. The talent is available in these cities, so the occupiers who wish to grow in these cities. And to your question of which micro market we choose, so we have a lot of analytics that goes behind it. So we have technology that takes in data of where the growth is coming, where the manpower is getting hired, where are they staying, where is the commercial grade A real estate being built. So all that goes together in our transaction management system, and it throws out the analytics on which micro market we need to grow in, and which time of the year, or which quarter of the year. So we go by that data, and all this is created by us because of the experience we gathered over the last 20-25 years of being in this business.
What factors drive the increasing demand for workspace infrastructure, and how do you cater to those evolving needs, right from leasing to designing to even building?
India is the fastest growing commercial real estate globally today. Bangalore absorbs more than the rest of the world absorbs a year, right? The talent is readily available. Global occupiers are coming into the country to make best use of this talent, and that's where we come in, right? So we ensure that the entire experience is created, from the right real estate to the custom design solutions to the ergonomic designs which are relevant today in the world. We have a 30-member design team just exploring, because that's a critical aspect of building the office in the right way, and obviously providing the amenities. So we want to typically hotelize the entire experience, because workspace is as good as the experience it provides, right? It's not only about the look and feel of the furniture. So we are taking the additional effort to ensure that we are able to do that for them.
But I'm sure the demand for workspace infrastructure would definitely vary according to different companies. So how do you tailor those solutions to meet the varying demands, the diverse needs?
I mean, I told you our entire solution is customized, right? So we have workshops with the occupier, we understand what they want, we ask them a lot of questions. Once they give us a modern framework on what exactly they need in terms of the experience that needs to be created, then we go back to the drawing board. Our designers, our workspace experience experts put a solution together in terms of what is the square footage, how the office should look, what are the services that need to come in, and then we present to our clients.
How did this leadership team come together to drive the success of Tablespace? How did all these factors kind of gel in together to make Tablespace what it is today?
All of us have known each other for the inception of this industry, since it began. And when we all got together, we said we want to make a big difference in terms of how office experiences are created, how flexibility is important for an occupier, because developers typically can't really provide that, because they will give you the building and then they'll say do whatever you want. Everybody who works in our organization in Tablespace, they want to create a difference in terms of how they're able to better create a solution for the occupier, because some years ago they were in that position and they had those challenges which could not be solved. That's what we are doing now, and they are very excited to solve those challenges which nobody solved for them back in the day. So I think that gives them that excitement, and that's how we are able to create such solutions for them.
How has technology played a crucial role in transforming Tablespace into a large-scale organization that it is today? And I would really like to understand the tech-based tools that you use on a day-to-day basis as far as Tablespace's operations are concerned.
I mean, we are a technology-first company, right? Everything that we do has a base of technology on it. We are building almost 1 million square feet a year. So if you're building 150 projects in different locations of the country, if you have to manually do it, you'll fail. So that's why we built the technology first, where everything is online in terms of the construction, in terms of the entire construction cycle, real-time pictures of how the asset is being built, QR coding of the assets, and utilization as well. So we exactly know what is the utilization of toilet paper, what is the utilization of real estate, what is the utilization of car park, what is the utilization of the cafeteria. Everything is on a platform for us.
What is Tablespace's commitment to sustainability and how do you integrate that with your solutions?
I mean, sustainability is a very, very important aspect for us, right? We have, like how we have a dedicated 30-member design team, we have a dedicated 15-member sustainability team to ensure that these solutions are being implemented. We use low-work paint, we use recyclable material as much as we can, we use green chemicals, we use ionized water for cleaning. So those initiatives we are taking at the ground level, but at a larger level we are trying to, that's why we are buying these buildings and we are adding a lot of sustainable solutions in that. We are working with the OEMs directly, with the carriers of the world and the blue stars of the world to ensure that we can develop more sustainable solutions in terms of HVAC and utilization at the base building level. So as an organization, we are very, very sure that we want to contribute and participate in this global drive of sustainability, and we are doing our bit. We will make a difference from that perspective.
What does the future hold for Tablespace? What are the key goals and aspirations?
One thing that we're very clear as a leadership team is we want to be the largest service provider / asset provider in the world. So we're working towards that goal. I think in India we are the biggest as of today. We want to continue to maintain that leadership in terms of our market share. We are also growing into other Asian Pacific markets and then probably to US and Europe. So a global footprint would eventually happen, but our focus is the Asian markets for now.
How big is the market, and could you really highlight this market for us because it's relatively new?
Today we are above 850 million square feet of Grade A office space in the country, right? We are adding almost 60-65 million square feet a year of Grade A commercial real estate in terms of the absorption. So occupiers are taking up that much space year on year. And slowly you'll see that managed office workspace is breaking out of the co-working cliche that they bifurcated under, and it's an asset class on its own. So co-working is a temporary solution that occupiers are using, new entrants are using, startups are using, but managed office workspace is taking over traditional real estate as we see, and that's why the CAGR of 23 to 25% year on year, which is quite large in my view. And the other important aspect that is adding to this is the GCCs that are coming into the country. As we speak, there are around 1800 GCCs in the country. ITS is a sizable contributor. The old world companies are also adding a lot of value to this business. So yeah, that's where the growth is, and the part I'm happy about is that we are getting decategorized from the co-working bucket, which is not what we are doing, which is not what we intend to do, and we are creating the separate asset class and pioneering it. So I'm happy about that.
And thank you for the insightful talk, and I wish you the best, and I hope you realize each of those goals. It's unfortunate that we've already reached the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I would like to thank our crew as well for putting the show together, and I would lastly like to thank the viewers. I hope you liked the show. Thank you.